That's not good. Welcome back. I'm getting started on this water pump replacement. First thing I need to do is drain the coolant out of the radiator on this particular truck, 2006 Dodge Ram diesel 1-ton. This is on the driver's side, bottom corner, and it is this valve right here. You can see this little tiny drain right here. I'm just going to put a 5-gallon bucket underneath this, and this feels like it's going to take some pliers or something, so I'm just going to drain that out, and then we'll continue on with replacing the water pump. Alright, that valve on the back is not a quarter turn ball valve, by the way, just for your information. It'll be about 1 to 1.5 full turns out, and it's actually a very, very coarse thread fitting. So to start this evolution, we need to pull this air box, air cleaner, air filter box, I guess, and that requires pulling this screw back here. Well, just loosening this screw that's in this hose clamp, and I should be able to just pop this plug out and then pull this nut. This is a 10mm nut. The hose clamp is a flathead screw, and then we should be able to pop this whole air cleaner out and swivel it out of the way. So we just pulled out the air filter box. You can see that right there. There's the alternator. Now the next thing that we need to do is pull this nut on the fan shroud, and this fan shroud will collapse back enough to gain us access to the tensioner, the belt tensioner, and there's a belt tensioner down here, and it'll also gain us access to the water pump. So this should be fairly simple. Keep them out of that. Hi. Hi. How are you? Hi.
What's Daddy doing?
Hi. Yeah.
He's fixing the truck.
Yep. Hello. Yeah. You're doing a good work. Alright, so bad news. I'm in the process of refilling this, and while I'm refilling it, it has developed its own leak. It decided that it wanted to continue to drain through that drain valve, even though that drain valve is all the way closed. So, figured out where the leak was coming from. I'm on my way to the local getting spot to get a new O-ring. Goes right around this groove here. I don't know how well I can do that one-handed, but that's where it belongs. So I pulled that out of the bottom of the drain cock on the radiator, and that's why it was still leaking continuously. That's not where the original leak was. This is after I opened it to drain it. I must have sheared this O-ring off. I now have a new O-ring I got at my local parts store, and we're gonna see if this one seals correctly and then refill it with more antifreeze. Alright, so good news. I have the truck up to operating temperature, and it is holding steady just over 200 degrees according to the dashboard thermostat. So that is fantastic. I'm really happy with the results. The water pump seems to be doing fine. After I got it up to temperature and parked, I checked to make sure there weren't any leaks. I'll do that a second time after I get home again. I'll keep you posted on whether or not there's any leaks and any future issues with this. We'll see you on the next one.